What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to SIBZ West Coast, East Coast Siblings, where we break down your favorite movies and TV shows. The Flash is really getting on my nerves. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss.
Okay, you guys, so we are breaking down we're breaking down the first episode of Season 7 for The Flash. Now, we know that everything that happened last season because of COVID and everything, it got stopped right in the middle. We had a really bizarre season finale, and I guess we're picking up right where we left off, but I wasn't that excited about the season finale last year, and I'm not that thrilled about the season opener.
Okay, I'm going to rant for a little bit, and I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but all I have to say is, would Zoom or Savitar have fit into an episode like this? What I'm talking about, what I'm trying to get at, is The Flash has gotten so unbearably goofy over the last couple of seasons. It's very hard to take it seriously, and then they try and drum up these emotional moments, like when Wells dies in this episode for the 50 millionth time, like that's supposed to pull on people's heartstrings. We know he'll probably be back. Think about it this way. The Speed Force, right, is now artificial, okay? The real Speed Force can come back at any point. We know it's DC, so the real Speed Force can come back. So Wells can come back when that happens. I'm sorry.
No, see, I think that normally when Wells dies, yes, it's sad, and like the first time it happened, we were surprised that there was a new Wells. But to me, I think this might be an official loss of Wells, only because we spent so much time with it. We had Barry crying, and this show is like not as great as it used to be, but anytime Barry starts crying, it just immediately takes me back to when he lost his mom, and then when he lost his dad. This show used to be really good when it hit those big emotional points. It's just like now they seem to come out of pocket, out of nowhere, and they don't hit as heavy as they used to.
It's cheap.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same people dying. Like how many times can Barry lose his speed and almost die?
Yes,
can we get a count of how many times?
But I would also point out too, and I mean this is a pattern, but I think some of the things that happened in this season premiere were supposed to happen in the season finale. So Wells dying, it might have really been his goodbye.
Nope.
You think he's gonna come back?
I don't buy it. Yes, he's going to come back. He's one of the writers on the show. He's involved with the CW and the show, so he's going to write himself back in. But let's talk about some of the big things that happened in this episode so I can kind of calm down. So one of the big reveals, we'll start out with the small one, is that Mirror Master is actually a double of the real her. She had been going around thinking that she was the real Mirror Master, and she wasn't.
Yeah, that was kind of confusing to me, because I'm like, if the Mirror Master that we're seeing is a double, then where is the original Mirror Master? Because
she's still in the mirror world, and that's why her and Iris are going to team up. She's going to find her, and they're going to get out, I think. That's my prediction.
Oh, see, that's very interesting, because they were together in season 2, but I guess it was still the mirror version of Mirror Master that was hanging out with Iris in season 6. That is who we've seen now in the real world. So maybe Iris never met the real Mirror Master, which is very interesting.
Yeah. It is, yeah, and she had been going around the whole time thinking that she was the real one. Now, another thing that happened in this episode is we find out that, of course, as we've alluded to already, Wells is what they call the organic receptor, which means that he is the thing that's going to give the Flash his Speed Force back, and so he dies in order to save the Flash.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I think they were really hitting on and tying into all the paternal ties that Wells and Barry have. Barry has already lost 2 of his parents. Joe's all he has left. I think that's what they were going for.
Here's the thing.
It just didn't hit.
But here's the thing.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with them doing it 50 million times. This is not the first time we've seen this exact same thing. An emotional goodbye between a Barry and a Wells. This is not new.
Yes.
They're playing the same stuff over and over again, and I try to be nice with shows. You guys know. But
all right. We understand you're upset about it, but let's talk about some other things that happened in this episode, like the fact that Cisco and Caitlin were not in the season premiere. That's kind of disappointing. Like, honestly, I get that they're trying to add in new characters with Allegra and the other guy, but it's kind of like, I don't know, to me, the original cast of The Flash was so great. We don't need new people. Cecile's great, you know, we added her on. But, like, where are Caitlin and Cisco?
Yeah, I think Chester and Allegra are going to be the new faces, the most regular faces. And I think it's the same thing with Wells. They're moving out, shifting out a supporting cast right now, except for Iris, and they're rebuilding it. So I get that. Maybe they're trying to stay fresh. I'll take anything at this point. I do not want to see the same stuff over again.
Well, we know some things are definitely going to change. There have been some rumors going on that Iris was supposed to be pregnant at the end of season 6. Obviously, that didn't happen because of COVID. So she's supposed to be pregnant in season 7, I guess, whenever she gets out of the mirror. So that'll be a change up.
Yeah.
You know, we might get
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Dawn and Dawn. We might get the Flash's kids in there. That's exciting.
I don't know. But I don't know how you're going to be making babies through a mirror. That don't work.
Obviously, she'll come out of the mirror. But honestly, I think she was pregnant going into the mirror.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe time works differently in the mirror world. But then one of the big things, speaking of Iris, that we saw is at the end of the episode, she was actually able to send a message out of the mirrorverse.
Yeah.
And so that's really interesting because it means she'll now be able to communicate with the gang and give them some of the information that they need to go and rescue her.
So, let's talk about Barry for a second, okay? So we've already noted that Cisco and Caitlin are not at the beginning of this episode. Iris is in the mirror. Joe and Cecile are doing some business city stuff. And Wells leaves at the end of this episode. So Barry is feeling ultra alone. So let's talk about that a little bit. That is important to the show.
He needs to buck up. Can I be honest? He needs to buck up. This dude is a veteran superhero. He's the Flash, not Kid Flash, not Wally West. Like, this is Barry Allen Flash. If he can't grow up and do his job, remember, all these characters sitting behind you, they came from a world where they had solo issues, and it was them. They were the main guy. But no, he's sitting here crying. I'm just kidding.
You're so stupid.
I can't. I'm so annoyed.
Listen, one of the best things about the show is that it juggles really tough situations and deep emotional stuff with some quirky lightheartedness. And usually the deep emotional stuff is really good. It's been bad for the last couple seasons, I can admit that.
It's just tired.
I get that.
It had its effect the first 12
I get that, but
times.
we've never seen Barry in this situation where he's completely alone and he's lost his powers. And I'm surprised we didn't have more about him, you know, hurting over it. It's sad.
Oh my God. I don't want any more of that. He has his artificial speed force, so technically he won't run out of it again. It's not a force of nature, it's a force made by man, so man could tamper with it. And you know the real speed force is coming back, and he's gonna get all the Wells back. But I'm done talking about this episode. If I'm being honest, can we wrap this?
Gosh.
Because Flash, you gotta step it up. And I'm gonna go watch a better show, Superman.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching SIBZ this week. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified of our coverage on The Flash and a bunch of other stuff that we're doing here on SIBZ.
Yeah, like I said, we're doing Superman tonight as well, and we've also got Servant and WandaVision. Last episode, don't want to miss that this Friday. So again, click all the buttons you do on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.